Welcome back to the class. See, yesterday in the previous class, I have given you some work. What are the transactions? First transaction you read.
Telephone charges 6,000.
Telephone charges 6,000. Okay, what are the two accounts you identified?
Cash account, telephone account.
Very good. Cash account and telephone charges account. Okay, this is the first transaction. You are able to immediately identify directly two accounts. Now you have got a practice whether it is a cash transaction or a credit transaction, you are able to distinguish. Okay, next one, second one, what is the transaction?
Cash paid to Venkatesh 600.
Cash paid to Venkatesh. Okay, what are the two accounts here?
Cash account and Venkatesh account.
Very good. Cash and Venkatesh. Okay, next one.
Sold goods to Amrita 10,000.
Sold goods to Amrita. What are the two accounts?
Amrita's account and sales account.
Amrita and sales. Okay, next one.
Salaries paid to employees 1,000.
Salaries paid. Okay, what are the two accounts?
A cash account and salaries account.
Oh, very good. Cash account, salaries account. Next one.
Rent paid 5,000. Cash account, rent account.
Very good. Cash account, rent account. Next one.
Sold buildings to Achala 15 lakhs.
Okay. Now, what are the two accounts?
Achala account and sales account.
Achala account, sales account. Very good. Here, in this statement, cash is not there. Means it is a credit transaction. Again, you made a mistake here. It is not sales account. It is buildings account. I told no. Only when goods are sold, when goods are purchased, you have to mention the words sales and purchases. In the remaining cases, you have to mention as only the asset account you have to take into consideration. Okay, you correct that mistake. Okay, Achala account and buildings account. Very good. See, in the third transaction, we mentioned sales because there is no asset is involved. But in the sixth transaction, asset is sold. So that is the asset name you have to mention. You should not mention sales or purchases. That is the only mistake. So you are able to identify cash transactions and credit transactions, and two accounts you are able to identify by and large.
Yes, sir.
Now see, another important thing, after the identification of two accounts, you have to know which account is to be debited, which account is to be credited. You know that compulsorily in every transaction, one account needs to be debited, another account needs to be credited. Okay, now we have to identify which account is to be debited, which account is to be credited. In every transaction, one account needs to be debited, one account needs to be credited. I mentioned no? In accountancy parlance, in accountancy language, debit means taking or receiving, credit implies giving. Okay, so in order to know that, you have to divide. See, this many accounts we have identified in sixth transaction. How many accounts are there? So including repetition, in each transaction, two accounts we have identified. So total 12 accounts are there. So even though some are overlapping, means cash account every several times cash came, sales also one or two times must have come, purchase also one or two times must have come. But irrespective of that, 12 accounts are there. Okay, see, in accountancy, all innumerable accounts are classified into three types. All these accounts can be classified under only three types of accounts. That's all. Okay, you put heading types of accounts. Types of accounts. So this is very, very important. This is fundamental. It's types of accounts. So you should remember forever. Okay. Any type of account can be classified under only 3 types of accounts. That's all. The first one is personal account. Okay. Personal account implies names of persons. Names of persons will come. Okay. Names of persons. Names of persons. For example, Pranay, Vinay, SBI, Rajita, RBI, etc. See, person implies not only physical person. These SBI, RBI, they are all artificial persons established by law. Okay. So any personal account, even though the person may be alive or the person may be incorporated by law. Okay. All those accounts are known as personal accounts. Okay. Names of persons and names of artificial persons. Okay. Then second type of accounts are real accounts. In the real accounts, please remember, assets will come. All assets will come in real accounts. Okay. Assets. For example, yes, for example, buildings, machinery, likewise. Okay. Comma, etc. Okay. Last one is nominal account. Nominal account, all expenses, comma, losses, and again gains and profits. Okay. For example, salaries, wages, telephone charges, comma, etc. Okay. So any account will fall under only these kinds of 3 types of accounts only. That's all. Okay. For example, we will cross check. Okay. Now first, cash account. Is it a personal account? Is cash?
Sir?
Is cash in the first transaction? We identified 2 accounts. One is cash and another one is telephone charges. We will examine each account. Is cash personal account?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Is cash personal account?
Yes, sir.
What? Why? Is it a name of a person? Cash means, is it a name of a person?
No.
Then is it real account? Is it asset to you?
No, sir. Nominal account.
No. See, telephone charges is expenditure. It is nominal account. Whereas cash is asset. See, if you have cash means, is it expenditure for you or income for you or asset for you? You have 10,000 rupees with you now. Is it asset to you or expenditure for you or income for you? It is asset for you. Okay.
Yes.
Cash is real account. Okay. Then second one, telephone charges I mentioned. Telephone charges, what is it? Is it personal account? Is it name of a person?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Is it real account? Is it asset to you?
No, sir.
It is it nominal account? Means it belongs to either expenses or losses or gains or profits. It is an expenditure to you, no? When
Yes, sir.
telephone charges means it is expenditure to you. So telephone charges is nominal account, whereas cash is real account. Okay. Next, cash paid to Venkatesh. What is it? Two accounts are there, cash account and Venkatesh account. Two accounts are there. So cash account is which account? Cash account is which account? Second transaction. Cash paid to Venkatesh. Here two accounts are identified, cash account and Venkatesh account. Cash account is which account? Is it personal account?
No.
Is it real account?
Sorry, real account.
Yes, very good. So one is real account. Venkatesh account, is it personal account?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is name of a person. Okay, so two accounts we have identified and we have identified under which account they fall. Okay. Then third transaction is sold goods to Amruta. Amruta is which account?
Personal account.
Very good. Sales is, see, remember when you are selling goods, what happens? Income will be generated. Okay, gains and
Okay.
profits. Not only that, incomes, gains are incomes and profits. So when you are selling goods, incomes will be generated. Similarly, when you are purchasing, it will be expenditure for you. Okay, so that is why you term them under nominal account. No problem. Okay, so Amruta is personal account, sales is nominal account. Okay.
Okay.
Next, salary is paid. So cash is which account?
Real account.
Very good. Cash is real account. Salaries is
Nominal account.
very good, nominal, because when you receive salary, it is income for you. When you pay,
Yes,
it is
sir.
expenditure for you. Okay. Next one, rent. Cash account is there, rent account is there. Cash means is it personal or real or nominal?
Real, sir.
Very good. Rent,
Nominal.
nominal account. Okay, right. Next, sold buildings to Achala. Achala is
Personal account.
personal account. Buildings is
Real account.
very good, real account. So like this, see, first of all, in the previous class, what we have done, we have identified whether it is a cash transaction or a credit transaction. Again, immediately, in the second step, what we have done, we have identified two accounts.
Identify two accounts.
And in today's class, what we are able to do is, we are able to identify under which type of accounts they fall. Those two accounts fall. Did you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, so under this one, for your understanding, now you write cash is real account and this is nominal account. Okay, similarly, cash is real account and Venkatesh is personal account. Similarly, Amruta is personal account. Amruta is personal account and sales is nominal account. Then cash is real account, salaries is nominal account. Then cash is real account, rent is nominal account. Then at the end it is Achala. Achala is personal account and buildings is real account. So like this. Okay. So now,
Yes, sir.
so which account is to be debited? You have to apply a formula. You have to apply a principle. Based on that, you are going to identify, you are going to classify which account is to be debited and which account is to be credited. Okay. Now you see, you have to remember under personal account, the principle is, you have to remember it. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. This is the formula. This is very, very important. 3 formulas you have to remember, 3 principles. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Okay. And in real accounts, the principle is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Okay. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. And last account principle, this principle is debit all expenses and losses, and credit all incomes and gains. These are the principles. You have to apply that principle and you have to mention, you have to identify. Okay, when I do 1 or 2 problems, you will be able to understand which account is to be debited and which account is to be credited. But these 3 are very, very important. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Did you note down?
Yes, sir.
Is it completed?
Yes, sir. Completed.
Okay. Now is, now I am applying the formula and I will write which account is to be credited. See, in this one, first cash account is there. Okay. See, cash is real account. We mentioned it as real account. Okay. Now you see real account principle. Debit what comes in. See, when you are paying telephone charges, is cash coming to you or going out?
Going out.
Going out. See, debit what comes in and credit what goes out, the principle says. So cash account, what you are going to do? You are going to credit it. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So automatically another account will be debited. 2 credits are not going to be there. 2 debits are not going to be there. 1 credit means automatically another one is going to be debited. So I will cross check. Okay, we will cross check. See, this falls under telephone charges, falls under nominal account. See, nominal account principle you just verify. Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. See, is it an expenditure for us or income for us? Telephone charges.
Expenditure.
Expenditure. So that is why debit all expenses, it is saying the principle. So that is why telephone charges we debited. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, second transaction we will identify. See, cash paid to Venkatesh means cash, is it coming to you or going out?
Going out.
Going out means what we have to do? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash is going out now, so you have to
Yes.
give it credit. Okay. Now automatically Venkatesh account, that is personal account, is going to be debited. We will cross check. See, what is the rule? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. See, cash paid to Venkatesh means, is he receiving or he is giving to us?
Receiving, sir. He's receiving.
That is why we debited. Valid, no?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Next one. Sold goods to Amruta. See, when you are, this is personal account, Amruta account. When you are selling, is she receiving or giving?
She's giving.
When you are selling goods, is she receiving the goods or she is giving to you?
She's receiving goods.
Receiving means what you have to do? Debit the receiver. Okay. So you have to debit her account and credit this one automatically. Okay. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
We will cross check. See, remember always sales means credit. Purchases means debit automatically. You remember it. Okay. You can cross check.
Okay.
When you are selling, what happens? It will generate income for you, no? When you are selling the goods, income will come to you. Credit all incomes you are saying. So that is why automatically you will credit it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Next, salary is paid. Real account, nominal account you have identified. See, when you are paying salaries, will cash come to you or go out?
Go out.
So under real account, what is the principle? Credit what goes out, you are saying. So cash, what you will do? You will credit it. Okay. Automatically, salaries is going to be debited.
Debit.
You can cross check. You see, salaries when you are paying, it is an expenditure for you know. Debit all expenses you are saying. So that is why it is going to be debited. Did you understand? Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Next one, rent. See, cash is there. When you are paying rent, what happens? Cash coming to you or going out?
Going out.
Means what you will do? Credit what goes out, you are saying. So cash account you will credit. Automatically this is going to be debited. Means rent is an expenditure to you, know. Under nominal
Yes,
account,
sir.
what you are saying, debit all expenses you are saying. So that is why it will be debited. And the last one is, you can see, sold buildings to Achala. When you are selling to her, is she receiving or giving? You sold.
She will give.
She is receiving buildings from you, know.
Yes, sir.
Debit the receiver we are saying. So that account is going to be debited. Automatically buildings account is going to be credited. We will cross check. See, this is real account. Real account, what is the principle? Credit what goes out, we are saying. When you are selling a building is going out of your organization, no?
Yes, sir.
So that is why you are going to credit. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. It is clear.
Okay. So these are the steps in identification of transactions, their division, identification of accounts, their division, their classification, and their apportionment into types of accounts. Under which accounts they will fall, you have to identify, you have to apply the principle. One account you are going to debit, other account you are going to credit. That's all. Okay, this is how it works. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Shall I give time for you to note down?
Completed, sir.
Completed. Okay. Shall I give some transaction for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I am giving is note down. Sold goods. Sold goods for 2 lakh rupees. Sold goods for 2 lakh rupees.
Okay.
Paid insurance premium for 4 lakhs. For 4 lakh rupees.
Yes, sir.
Bought furniture. Bought furniture 50,000 rupees.
Yes, sir.
Shobhit. Shobhit bought goods ₹1,00,000 on credit. 1,00,000 rupees on credit.
Yes, sir.
Next, transport expenses. Transport expenses, 8,000 rupees. Postal charges. Postal charges, 2,000 rupees.
Sir, postal charges?
800 rupees.
Okay.
Okay. 10 minutes time I am giving. You identify the two accounts first. And you categorize them
Okay.
whether they are personal or real or nominal. Then apply principle. You mention, you identify which account is to be debited and which account is to be credited. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I will check. First one is sold goods. Sold goods.
For 2 lakhs.
Okay, amount is not required. Okay. Okay. So in this one, what are the two accounts that you identified? Sales account and cash account. Okay.
Cash. Yes.
Which one you credited and which one you debited?
Cash is debited, sir.
Very good. Sales is credited. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Second one, what is the transaction?
Paid insurance premium.
Paid insurance. Okay, premium. What are the two accounts that you identified?
Cash account and insurance account.
Okay, cash account and insurance account. Okay. So insurance is expenditure for you, no? That is nominal account.
Yes.
Debit all expenses we are saying. It is debited automatically. This will be credited. Is it correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Third one, what is the transaction?
Bought furniture.
Furniture. Okay, bought furniture. See, furniture account is there, first one. And the second one is cash account. Here person's name is not there, no?
Yes, sir.
Also. So furniture is what account for you? It is real account. Furniture is real account. Cash account is also real account.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Both are real.
Furniture is asset. Cash is also asset. So what is the principle for real account? Debit what comes in, we are saying. So furniture, when you are purchasing, it will come to you, no? So you will debit it.
Yes, sir.
Automatically cash will be credited. Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. When you are purchasing furniture, cash will go out. That is why you are crediting it.
Yes.
Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Now next, fourth transaction. What is it? You tell me.
Shobhit bought goods.
Shobhit bought goods. Okay, Shobhit bought goods. So here two accounts are there. One is Shobhit. Okay. Second one is bought goods from us, means it is sales for us, no? Shobhit bought goods from us, it means it is sales for us, no?
Yes, sir.
So sales is always a credit. And automatically Shobhit account is debited. Means debit the receiver we are saying, you know, when Shobhit bought goods from us, he is receiving goods from us, no? So that is why
Yes, sir.
we will debit him. Next one, what is the transaction?
Transport expenses.
Transport expenses. Here two accounts are, one is cash account, okay, another one is transport. See, transport is nominal account, transport expenses.
Yes, sir.
Nominal account, debit all expenses we are saying, so it will be debited. Okay, automatically cash account will be credited. We can credit what goes out, we are saying in the real account. So cash is going out now when you are paying. So
Yes, sir.
that is why transport expenditure will be debited and cash will be credited. Next transaction, what is it?
Postal charges.
Postal charges. Okay, here cash account is there, then postal charges account. See, postal charges means it is expenditure for, you know, all expenses we have to debit. Nominal account, debit all expenses.
Yes, sir.
One is debit means automatically cash is credited. We can cross check. Cash real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. When we are paying postal charges, cash is going out, so that is why it will be credited. Okay, are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Next, what is the transaction?
That's it, sir.
That's all.
Yes.
Like this, we have to understand which one needs to be debited, which one needs to be credited. Okay, once you can look at your textbook now. I am sharing your textbook now. This is your textbook. Sorry. This is not your textbook. Textbook is not there. Okay, just a minute. I will open it. Why it is not showing? Now you can see, I will show one problem how you are going to record. This problem you can see illustration. This is example. You can check. First transaction you leave it. Okay. In the subsequent classes, I will tell how to do it, how to deal with it. The second transaction you can see goods purchased from Manisha. Is it clear? Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir.
I will increase just a minute. Okay, goods purchased from Manisha, 36,000 rupees. Now you can see what are the two accounts that are influenced here.
Manisha.
Manisha and
Purchases.
very good. Manisha and purchases. See, you can cross check in the answer. See, what you are going to do is, okay, purchases is always a debit. I mentioned, no? Purchases debit. Automatically, Manisha account is going to be credited, no? Purchases debit. Purchases implies expenses. Debit all expenses.
Yes,
we are saying under nominal account. Okay. See, you see here purchases account. This you have to pronounce as debtor. Purchases account. In the first sentence, you are going to write that account which is going to be debited. It implies purchases account is debited. Purchases account debtor. In the second sentence, what you are going to do is you will begin the second sentence after a gap of 1 or 2 letters, and you will start with 2. Okay, purchases account to debtor 2. Another account which is influenced in this one is Manisha account. So purchases account debtor to Manisha account. So same amount 36,000 you will write exactly opposite to purchases account, and again you are going to write the same amount of 36,000 on the credit side also. You can verify 36,000 in debit side you mentioned, against Manisha's account you have written 36,000. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so directly if I explain those problems means it will be very difficult to understand. That is why I am making you to practice first of all identification of whether a transaction is cash transaction or a credit transaction. Again, what are the two accounts that are influenced? You are able to identify. Again, what are the, how in under which category those two accounts are going to be joined, that you are able to identify. Then you are going to apply the principle. If it is a real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. If it is a personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. If it is a nominal account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Okay, so if we do roughly first, you will be able to do the problem directly. 2-3 days we will practice roughly. Then in a table format you can easily write after practice is over.
Okay.
Okay, if I directly tell with the table means it will be difficult to comprehend. It will be difficult for you to understand. So that is why right from basic foundations I am trying to teach you. You will remember forever them if I teach like that. Okay. Shall I give some more transactions?
Okay.
Okay. Now note down. Some more transactions I am giving. Note down. Purchased goods. Purchased goods for 20,000.
Yes, sir.
For 20,000 on credit. On credit. From X. From X.
Sir,
From X. X, Y, Z, X. Alphabet X.
Okay. Okay.
Second one. See, what you do is after a writing of a transaction, you give some gap, 3-4 lines gap you give, there itself you can write.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Second one, insurance paid by check. Insurance paid by check.
Yes, sir.
6,000 rupees. Okay. You remember here,
Sir.
check first time came, no? So in place of cash,
Yes,
you will write bank account. In place of cash, you will write bank account. Two accounts we have to identify, no? One is insurance,
Yes.
another one is bank account.
Okay.
Now is next one. Is it completed?
Yes, sir.
Third one, paid rent. Paid rent.
Yes, sir.
2,000 rupees.
Yes, sir.
Completed. Next transaction. Did you complete?
Yes, sir.
Next one, interest received. Interest received. ₹1,200.
Yes, sir.
Next one, commission paid. Commission paid. Two
Yes,
thousand
sir.
rupees by check. 2,000 rupees by check. Okay. Completed.
Sir, next one.
Yes, what is the doubt? There any doubt?
No, sir.
Next one, cash sales. 2,500 rupees. How many are over?
6, sir.
Okay. Another 4 I will tell. You take as homework. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Commission paid.
Yes, sir.
5,000 rupees by check.
Sir, 7,000.
5,000. 5
Oh, okay.
5,000 rupees by check. Now, what are the two accounts that are influenced here?
Sir, in this one, sir, commission paid. Cash account and bank account.
Yes, what are the two accounts? One is commission account, no?
Sir, cash account and commission account.
So cash account you should not say. When check is there, you have to mention bank account only. I told no.
Bank account. Okay, okay, sir.
Whenever check is there, you have to mention bank account. That's all. commission account, bank account. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Next one, payment of salaries. Payment of salaries. Payment of salaries. 12,000 rupees. 12,000 rupees.
Okay, sir.
How many are over? 8.
Yes, sir. Wait.
Stationery purchased. Stationery purchased. ₹5,000.
Yes.
Furniture purchased. Furniture purchased. ₹50,000.
Okay.
Okay, this is your homework. The next class you show me. Thank you very much. We will meet in the next class.